All right guys, I'm out here in some deep grass on my home lake in Washington, and I want to teach you guys the art of slow rolling a bait. I think that's one of the most important things that any angler can learn, and it's something that works for a lot of different baits, and what it does is it keeps the bait in the strike zone. So there really is an art to slow rolling, and that's what I'm going to teach you guys. Just for a quick tip that I want to show you right now, CrosseyeZ Power Phoenix jig right there. The little jig catches the heck out of you. Nice and smooth, and slide it right up in there. So I'm going to chunk my football jig out there. That's the bait I chose first. It's a 3/4 ounce football jig. I just hucked it out there about 35 yards. I'm a golfer, so I know how far that is.
Oh.
But so now I'm going to teach you how to slow roll this thing. I'm sitting in like 12 feet of water right here. Okay, so the deal with slow rolling is you never want your bait to sit on the bottom. And that's one thing that's very, very important to remember. So I'm going to sink this football jig into the grass. I'm going to rip it out once. And then I'm just going to try to coast it, and I'm going to try to make that bait just track right along the bottom, just off the weeds, and kind of tick the weeds. And I'll let it hang up just occasionally, but the key is not letting that bait sit still. So I'm going to crank it about 5 to 10 times. So you think about how much that's actually moving the bait. If the reel takes in 40 inches of line per turn, then the bait's going to be moving a ton. So like 5 cranks of the handle is going to be over 15 feet, which is kind of nuts to think about. That's a long ways when the bait's tracking back on just 5 simple turns of the handle. So I'm going to let it hit the bottom, snap it up, and then I'm just winding it. So I'm going to track it about 5 or 10 turns, just like that, and I'm going to stop. And I'm going to keep my finger on the line and watch for, so it hit bottom. I'm going to rip it out of the weeds again, and a lot of time they'll hit it on that snap. Got him biggin', dude. Oh, it's a hammer. Look at that thing, yeah. By the morning. So this slow rolling technique works really good for football jigs. That's a great option, but when the wind's blowing, I really like throwing a chatterbait. And everyone wants to be a better chatterbait fisherman, and they're great for burning around shallow cover and stuff, but a lot of people don't think of them as like a deep offshore slow rolling bait. Right there, that baby is a slow rolling beast, and you can really launch it a long ways. Look how far that thing goes. All right, so now I'm going to slow roll this chatterbait. Now the chatterbait, the cool thing is if it bogs down in the grass, I'm going to know that I've got grass on it because the blade's not going to vibrate. Where that football jig, you got to kind of feel the weight of it. So I got good vibration going right now. Now I'm going to stop. I'm going to let it hit bottom right there, rip it, and get that vibration back. And then I'm just going to track it a little bit. And occasionally I'll do like a half drop where I know I'm just getting it back down in the strike zone but not bogging it down like that. And then get it moving again, and you got to snap it some. But that slow roll works really good, guys. I think it's something that everyone needs to learn to do and practice. Ticking the bottom, stopping the bait, keeping it in the strike zone. And whether you're swim bait fishing, chatterbait fishing, football jig, slow rolling, or whatever, nighttime spinnerbait, doesn't matter. It works really, really good. Give it a try.